Hi, I'm doing Paul McWhorter's Pico W lessons, and after seeing the description for lesson number 20 I realised that the homework for lesson number 19 was going to be using a DH11 sensor, and as I've got a lot of family commitments coming up, I won't be able to do any homework for quite a while, so I thought I'd do it early. I have already solved this, well, what I think the homework solution is going to be, in another video. It was about 8 months ago when I was trying to do all the Raspberry Pi lessons that Paul was doing on the Pico, and so I've published a video on that. But looking at it, it really wasn't very good because you couldn't see the display, and I should have got some ice in to make the temperature change quickly. And also I wanted to redo it because I wanted to clean up the code a bit. If anyone's interested, I'm going to put a link to the old video at the bottom of this. Right, so this is all very easy. I've set the old humidity to being 200%, which is impossible because you can't have more than 100% humidity, and that's just to make it the first time into the while loop it will force it to print, because I'm only printing the temperature and humidity if it's changed, because otherwise it's a waste of time. And incidentally, I haven't declared old temp up here when I've put old hum. I haven't declared old temp because if the first part of an if statement is true, and that will always be true the first time, then it never even looks at the second part. So I thought I'll save myself a line and not declare old temp, and then I've just set it up there. I also wanted to use F strings because they look nicer, and I'm displaying the temperature in centigrade, Fahrenheit and Kelvin. And incidentally, I haven't forgotten the degree sign in front of the K for some reason, because it isn't degrees of whatever, it's absolute values for Kelvin. You don't have a degree sign. Anyway, I've just got my DHT11 and oh, that's all I've got. Right, I'll try running this. 26 degrees, pretty hot. 79 to you Americans, and Kelvin. So then if I put my finger on there, the humidity is going up because I found it's obviously quite humid. Right, and now if I try putting an ice cube under there, will that make the temperature drop? Maybe it needs to be against there. Come on. Aha! Look, temperature's dropping. 26. How an ice cube can be 26, I do not know. 25, 25. Right, so that's all working very well. Right. Now, I happen to, in my previous video, I used an LCD, so I think this is going to be the homework for lesson number 22. I've missed out everything else. So I'm using an LCD, 1602 I think, and a button, so I can change the display to be from centigrade to Fahrenheit to Kelvin, and it just initially sets up it just puts a title saying it's a temperature humidity program, and I start it on centigrade, and there we have my program. It's just taking the temperature, converting to Fahrenheit and Kelvin, and this is why I was only wanting to display when it changed, because if you're displaying all the time, if you use Keith's trick on a print statement, it's fine because it doesn't keep scrolling down, it keeps going back to the to being on the same line. But if you are displaying every time through, it makes horrible screen flicker. So that's about all that could be said for that. And if you look up to scale here, which is CFK, I couldn't get the degree symbol to come out on the LCD, but apart from that, everything is okay. Will that show? Yes, I've bought myself a ring light, and that makes things show more. Now that is left over from the program before, which is not very good. Right, we'll run this, and it says temperature, humidity. Right, temperature 24, humidity 65%. If I press the button, Fahrenheit, display still isn't very good. Fahrenheit, oh, pressed it too far. Fahrenheit, Kelvin, come on, not pressing it right. Fahrenheit, Kelvin. It's because it's on top of something. Right, so there we have the temperature is 24 degrees. And if I put my thumb on it, humidity goes up. Yep, that's okay. And we'll see if the temperature will change. Not exactly. Come on, temperature. Come on, temperature. Aha, temperature is changing. Because the humidity is changing so much, that's why it's flicking, because my ice cube's melting. Right, I think that's all about all I can say. I don't know if this is what the homework would be, but I thought I'd get it done anyway.